Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Ready for another fascinating story?
Always. What have you got for us today?
Well, today we're headed to Japan for a heartwarming folktale called A Bowl of Kakesoba.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So picture this. New Year's Eve in Sapporo.
Ah, I love Sapporo.
Snow is falling and the city's buzzing with that New Year's Eve energy,
Definitely a magical time of year.
Right in the heart of it all is Hokate.
Hokate.
Yeah, it's a bustling soba noodle restaurant.
Ah, I see. So we're talking about Toshikoshi soba, that New Year's Eve tradition.
Exactly. You know your stuff.
Well, you can't talk about New Year's Eve in Japan without mentioning Toshikoshi soba. It's all about good fortune for the new year.
And I hear the soba noodles themselves have a special meaning, too.
Oh, absolutely. They're made from buckwheat, which is known for being strong and resilient and, not breaking easily.
Kind of like we want to be in the new year.
Exactly. So in Japanese culture, they symbolize a wish for long life.
So slurping down a bowl on New Year's Eve is like eating your good luck charm.
I like that. A tasty good luck charm.
So back to our story. At Hokate, as the clock is ticking closer to midnight, a family walks in, a mother and her two young sons.
Okay.
And right away you can tell from their clothes that they're struggling a bit.
Yeah, the story is really subtle about how it reveals their poverty.
Right. Like, the mother is wearing a coat that's clearly out of season, and the boys are in those matching sweatsuits.
Yeah, the kind that are like the most affordable option.
Exactly. It's like they can only afford the bare minimum.
It's heartbreaking, but also really relatable.
And despite their situation, they walk up to the counter and humbly ask for just one bowl of Kakesoba to share.
Just one. Wow.
Just one. And, Kakesoba is like the simplest type of soba dish, right?
Yeah, it's just noodles and broth.
And it's also the cheapest, so that says a lot about their situation.
Yeah, you get it.
But here's where the restaurant owners come in.
Okay, the owners of Hokate.
Yeah, they're this gruff but kind-hearted older couple, and they do something really remarkable.
What do they do?
Instead of just serving that one bowl like the family asked for, they quietly add extra noodles to it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Isn't it? They want to make sure the family has enough to eat without making a big fuss about it.
It's that unspoken understanding that I love about Japanese culture. It's like a quiet empathy,
It's like that omotenashi we hear so much about.
Exactly. That Japanese hospitality that goes above and beyond.
Without any expectation of anything in return.
Exactly. It's about anticipating needs and offering kindness with grace. Like you see it everywhere in Japan, from the way people queue so patiently to how they wrap even the tiniest gifts.
It's all about the details.
It really is. So what happens next? The family enjoys their extra large bowl of Kakesoba, and the new year begins.
Right. And a year later, they return to Hokate on New Year's Eve.
They do.
Yep, same thing. One bowl of Kakesoba, and the owners quietly add more noodles.
It's like their own little New Year's tradition.
It is a tradition of generosity and resilience. It's like a silent pact between them.
I love that. So they keep coming back every year for their New Year's soba.
Exactly. Now, fast forward to the third New Year's Eve. Something's different this time.
Oh, what's different?
The older son is wearing a school uniform.
Okay.
And the younger one has on some new clothes, too.
Oh, so things are looking up for them.
It seems so. They're still facing challenges, of course.
Yeah.
But they're moving forward.
You love to see it.
And instead of ordering one bowl of Kakesoba, you ready for this?
Hit me with it.
They order T2U bowls.
220 bowls. That's incredible.
It is. It shows how much progress they've made.
It's that Japanese spirit of gamen, persevering through hard times with quiet dignity.
Exactly. And as they're eating their 2 bowls of soba, their conversation reveals a bit about the sacrifices they've all made to get to this point.
Oh, this is getting good.
The mother has been working tirelessly to pay off her deceased husband's debts.
Oh, wow.
And the sons have been doing what they can to contribute to the family income.
That's really powerful.
Yeah.
Especially for such young boys to be so responsible.
It is. And get this, the older son has even been writing about their New Year's Eve soba tradition in his school essays.
No way, really?
Yeah. It shows how much this experience has shaped him,
Mm-hmm.
And here's where the story takes a really heartwarming turn.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
His essay, it's titled A Bowl of Kakesoba, and it gets chosen to represent his school in a national competition.
Wow, that's huge.
I know. But he keeps it a secret from his mom because he's worried she'll miss work to attend the reading.
Oh, no.
But of course, the younger brother can't keep a secret.
Classic little brother move.
Right. So he spills the beans, and the mother ends up going to the event.
So she gets to hear her son's essay read to the whole school.
Exactly. And you won't believe what he says about that single bowl of cake soba.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Well, you'll have to wait until next time to find out.
Come on. Don't leave us hanging. Okay, so the mom is at this big event, and her son's essay is about to be read.
Right. But get this, the younger son.
Yeah.
He decides he has something to say too.
Oh, no, he's not going to try and upstage his brother, is he?
No, nothing like that. He gets up there and delivers this super sweet speech about how proud he is of his brother and their family.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, right. And then he starts talking about the restaurant owners.
Wait, the owners of Hokate?
Yeah, they're at the event too.
What? How did they get there?
Well, it turns out they decided to come and support the older son.
That's so nice of them.
It is. But little did they know what they were in for.
Yeah, I bet they weren't expecting to hear their own story up on stage.
Right. So they're sitting there listening to this little boy talk about their simple act of kindness.
Adding those extra noodles to the soba.
Exactly. And how their cheerful Happy New Year greeting each year give the family hope during those tough times.
Wow, that must have been so emotional for them.
I can only imagine. And then both brothers finish their speeches to this thunderous applause.
Okay.
But as the spotlight shifts away, someone notices the restaurant owners crouched behind the counter, sharing a towel and wiping away tears.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Nope, it's true. They had no idea the impact their small gesture had on this family.
It's incredible, right? It's like that little extra serving of noodles became this symbol of hope and connection between them.
Like a silent promise that things would eventually get better.
Exactly. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About all the little ways we can help each other.
It does. It reminds me of that Japanese concept of motenai.
Masanai.
Yeah, it's like a sense of regret for wastefulness, but also a deep appreciation for even the smallest things.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's about valuing everything and everyone and making sure nothing goes to waste.
Right. And in this story, I think it also ties into the themes of resilience and compassion.
You mean how the family persevered through their hardship and the owners offered kindness without expecting anything in return?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It highlights that Japanese emphasis on humility and collective good.
Yeah. Individual success is important, of course, but there's also this deep-rooted belief in supporting each other.
Even in those subtle, unspoken ways.
So it's not just about getting through tough times. It's about doing it with grace and a sense of community.
It's powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you realize that we can all be those quiet heroes offering a bowl of hope to those around us.
Absolutely. Sometimes the most profound impact comes from those simple acts of generosity, you know?
It's about looking beyond ourselves and recognizing that shared humanity that connects us all. Makes you think how many of those little bowls of hope are out there, you know?
Yeah, it's like those everyday acts of kindness that we might not even notice.
But they can make all the difference.
Right. It's like every interaction, every little thing we do has the potential to connect us and lift each other up.
This story is a good reminder to pay attention to those moments, you know?
Totally. It's about being present and seeing those opportunities to make someone's day a little bit brighter.
And it's not always about the big gestures either.
No, sometimes it's those quiet, unassuming acts that matter most.
Like those extra noodles.
Exactly. It's about being thoughtful and responding with genuine kindness.
You know, it's funny thinking about this story. It reminds me of that Japanese proverb, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down.
Oh yeah, classic. Oh, that's so Japanese, isn't it? That focus on harmony and fitting in.
But I think in this story it means something a little different.
Oh, how so?
Well, it's like those acts of kindness that don't seek attention. They're the ones that really make a difference.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. It's like those quiet heroes working behind the scenes.
Exactly. So as we wrap up our deep dive into a bowl of kakesoba, what's one thing you want our listeners to take away from this story?
I think for me, it's that even when things are tough, hope and compassion can still exist, you know?
It's about finding strength and resilience and seeing the beauty in those small acts of generosity.
And remembering that we're all connected in some way.
Well said. This folktale has given us a peek into the heart of Japanese culture, I think.
It's a story that stays with you. It makes you think about how you can create those kakesoba moments in your own life.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on this heartwarming journey, everyone.
And until next time, keep exploring and keep those bowls of hope overflowing.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.